Hey guys, I just got home from the craziest night of shrimping of my life with my mom and my dad. I have a 5-gallon bucket here, absolutely full of shrimp, the craziest shrimping we've ever seen. There were thousands. It was insane. So I hope you guys enjoy the catching part of this video. Then I'll meet you back in the kitchen to clean them up and cook them up. So see you then.
This has never been seen before.
This is insane. Oh my gosh. Oh, here they come, Mom.
One.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, there's
There's 3, but I can only get 1.
Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh.
There was just like, look. There's literally 4. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Look at this.
Look.
And you didn't want to bring the nets, Dad.
I know.
Good thing we didn't listen to him.
Good thing we didn't listen to him is right.
I never want to go shrimping, but every time I get out here, I have fun.
And why don't you want to go?
I never want to leave my couch.
Come on.
At night, my couch is after dinner.
And you
Look at this, Brooke. Look.
And you already probably have almost 2 dozen in your net.
Look. See?
Yeah. This is no joke, the craziest shrimping I've ever seen in my life. I hope you guys can tell on this camera because Victor's in the Bahamas right now, and so he has all the good camera gear and I have the not so good camera today. So I'm hoping that you guys can actually see what's going on, but absolutely insane. I just anchored the boat. My parents were catching them before I even anchored. So now I'm gonna get the net and catch some too. Mom, it jumped out! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is the craziest shrimping I've ever seen. Is it like that on your side, Dad? Do you see this? It's like schools of bait fish. It's absolutely insane. Slaying. Slaying. So we are at Hillsborough Inlet, which is the lighthouse right behind us back there, and it's actually a full moon. And the moon is also directly behind the lighthouse, so it's hard to see it right now, but it's incoming tide, so the incoming tide is what we want to bring those shrimps into the inlet. So we are anchored inside Hillsborough Inlet here. And we are actually the only people here doing this. Rarely ever do you go shrimping and you are the only person who knows about it. Crazy. I don't think that's ever happened that we got that lucky where no one knew about it, that there was no one here. Normally the docks are covered in people doing it from the docks, and then there's at least like a dozen boats out here doing it. The only people, a couple people did come out and see what we were doing, and they're like, oh, we gotta go home and get our nets. So in a while there might be more people. They're like almost jumping out of the net.
Yeah, I just emptied my net.
Wow.
Yeah.
How would you say this is based on your shrimping experience?
This is real good. When they're coming in, too many to catch, it's real good.
Dad, Mom's side is, can you look at Mom's side for a second? Her side is way crazier than yours. Yes, I know so.
You know, so.
Yes, look at it. It's like bait fish over here.
It's like what?
Bait fish.
More on my side than I
Did you see that one jump?
Yeah, they're,
What do you think, Mom?
this is really fun. This is the best I think I've ever seen it. It's great.
Wow. We're already at almost a quarter bucket. Nah, not that. Not yet.
No.
You want to go, Mom? You want to empty yours?
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Here, let me see. Okay, now put your net over it. This is definitely, I think, the best shrimping I have ever seen. I literally decided I wanted to come out here and try this tonight based off of an Instagram photo of me seeing someone here last night catching 1 shrimp. And I told my dad, I go, I know it's not much, but someone posted a picture last night of 1 shrimp. So that could either mean they only posted 1 shrimp or that's all they caught. And I was like, let's go for a boat ride and see if we can find any. And my dad didn't even want to bring the shrimp nets with us. And I was like, no, let's bring them. What if they're there? Then we'd have to come all the way back home. And now here we are with the most shrimp I've ever seen. So thank gosh we brought the nets. When I first started shrimping, I forgot to check to make sure that the bottom of the net was closed, and I probably caught almost 24 shrimp, and I let them all go immediately. I was just catching them so fast that I wasn't even paying attention. I brought my net up and I had let them all go because I didn't even close my net. If you don't empty your net out too often, it starts to actually get pretty heavy, and then it's like hard to move through the water, so you gotta constantly be emptying out your net. But this is what we got so far. Now we're at like a quarter bucket. What did you say, Dad?
Yeah.
We got like a quarter bucket of these beautiful shrimp.
The wind has been blowing out of the southeast. So a southeast wind and a southeast current will bring those shrimp out of Biscayne Bay, and then they're heading north, and then the incoming current brings them into Hillsborough Inlet. Every once in a while we get lucky and get them. It's not like Biscayne Bay where you can get them on a regular basis. We get them every once in a while.
They're in a line. Oh. Pepper shrimp. Catching them up. Mom, look, they're coming to the light. Do you see that? Oh, I just missed that one. Oh. All right. See, this net has this clip on it, and the clip wasn't closed, so all of my shrimp are just going out the bottom, because we always just flip them to empty it out so we don't have to deal with this. And I don't know who undid the clip, but I let go all those shrimp. Well, that's not a shrimp. We usually love catching these for bait when we're fishing, but I just caught a ballyhoo in my shrimp net. But I'm gonna let him go. That was the biggest one. Look at him. Don't you think so?
He looks pretty big.
Don't you think that's the biggest one, Dad?
Oh yeah, he's big. Wow.
All right, I think I just caught the biggest shrimp of the night. A big old one. This is what most of them are like. They're all mostly this size, and then look at that big one. All average.
They're all sizes.
Like that, and then that big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. We missed one bigger than that.
Yeah, we saw a giant one, but he was too far away from the boat. I think it definitely has slowed down a little. I don't know if it's because of where we had to re-anchor. I don't know if it's because where I anchored now, we're like we're not in the current as well as we once were. So I don't know if that's why, or if they've just slowed down a little bit. Tonight's incoming tide is until 10, and it's 9 o'clock now, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but for a while there, you guys saw it. There were schools. You could see like a dozen in the frame at a time. That was insane. Here we go. Oh no, I missed. That's a little one. So if you've never held a shrimp before, they actually have some really sharp horns on their head. Is that what it's called, a horn?
I think so.
If you can see, I'm trying to get it in focus for you. If you can see that right there, that thing right there, that can stab you, and it is sharp. It's like a needle.
It's got barbs on it.
And it has barbs.
Yeah.
It has barbs on it, and it's really sharp. Now you can see the moon came out from behind the lighthouse. So tonight is literally the full moon. It's the first day of the full moon. And there's the lighthouse. So typically when people shrimp, you've probably seen people with those green lights in the water. And yes, those do work great, but my dad installed these LED floodlights on the sides of the boat so they shine into the water, and then we don't have to worry about bringing the lights or the batteries. So when we decide that we want to go shrimping, like tonight, all we literally had to grab was a bucket and the nets and hop on the boat. So they actually work really well. It gets a little hard if the shrimp comes really close to the side of the boat and gets in the shadow of the gunnels. Then you can't see it anymore, but at least on a night like tonight when there were so many, it didn't really matter. Oh no.
Brook, I'm chasing him to you. Oh no. Here he comes. Oh.
I see him.
Come on, get him.
I got him.
Good, he's fast.
Do you want to go home, Dad?
I think it's a waste. I mean, it's beautiful out here.
I just got one.
I don't mind it, but I think if you want to go home and clean your shrimp, finish your video, you're not going to catch that many more. If we were here a little bit earlier, we would have got more. Because they were running as soon as we...
I think we still got a lot.
No, we have plenty. Unbelievable. I missed him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We got shrimp dinner. We caught this many shrimp in an hour, and most of them were in just like the first half an hour when we got here. It definitely slowed down, but I think we're gonna call it a night and go home because this is still a lot of shrimp to clean. We have to take all the heads off of them, and the legal limit of shrimp is actually a full 5-gallon bucket. So if we caught this whole bucket full, that would be your limit. That's why we put them in this bucket versus like in a cooler of ice, because then you'd never be able to tell what your limit would be. Or if you put them in a live well, you would never know that way either. So this right here determines the size. Shrimp also live for a very long time. If I put some water in here, they would use up all the oxygen in there and then they would die, and then you would have dying shrimp. Let's go home and start hurting our fingers taking the heads off of these guys. All right, so guess how many shrimp you think we have?
I think we have 2,000 shrimp.
2,000?
I'm going to say 2,000 shrimp.
What do you think, Mom?
500.
500?
What are you guessing, Brooke?
I was gonna guess 800. I'm gonna guess 800. Now you guys comment down below and let me know how many shrimp you have, and we're actually going to count every single one of them when we clean them. So you guys comment down below how many shrimp you think we have.
Maybe we don't have 2,000. Maybe that.
What?
Maybe I overshot it by saying 2,000. I'm gonna change my guess to 600.
What?
Yeah.
There's no changing. Holy crap!
Why were we sitting back there?
Oh my god.
Huh? I never see anything like that.
Oh my god.
Brooke, you gotta film this.
I'm trying. I'm
Brooke,
looking
film
where.
this. This has never been seen before. Brooke,
Okay, I'm maneuvering the boat a little.
what the hell? Where the hell are we?
We're right next to the barge.
Why? Why is it like this? It doesn't even make sense.
Okay, this is insane. We just pulled the anchor to leave, and we're in the middle of the channel, and the shrimp are insane.
We're in the middle of the channel, I don't think.
We're in the middle of the channel.
Are we?
Yeah.
You sure?
I am 3,000% positive that we're in the middle of the channel.
Brooke, I can't even catch it. I can't even concentrate on what to do. I never see anything like this. Brooke, you see this?
Yes, I see it. Holy crap! This is insane. Oh my god. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Dad, say something.
Are they on her side of the boat like that?
Yes.
We're on the side of the boat?
No. You.
Huh?
I don't even know what to do.
I never seen this like this.
This is insane. Insane. What were we doing where we were?
How far away were we from this spot?
We needed to be closer to the action.
don't even aim at shrimp. You just, I can feel, look at this. I just go back and forth. See? You don't really chase a shrimp. You just back, and your net gets heavy in like 2 minutes. My net is heavy already. Look.
Mom, what are you doing? Your net has to be heavy.
Yeah. You don't?
Can you even hold your net? It has to be full. This would be perfect cast netting conditions.
That's perfect, isn't it?
I think this is cheating.
What'd you say?
I think this is cheating.
Look at that.
Oh my
You
god.
run in the boat, bro?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the heck we were doing where we were. We were just not in the zone. This is insane. Insane. And now there's only 2 boats out here doing it, but
Look at this.
I can't wait to see my
Wait,
mom's
one
net.
minute.
Wait,
Look at our bucket now.
I have to clean those up. Oh my god.
We're gonna get a bucket.
We're gonna get a bucket for sure.
If we get a bucket, we're going to be cleaning shrimp till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I just have the boat in idle and my mom just has her net in the water catching shrimp.
Look. This is crazy. I never seen anything like it. In all my days of shrimping, look at our bucket fill up. Look at it, shine it in the bucket.
Wow. Oh, we're done. We're done. After mom empties her, we're done. We're gonna do
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
Deb.
Hold on, Hold on, mom. Okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, it's right. We gotta let them go. Oh my god. Oh, it just went out. 37 pounds of shrimp. Whatever, minus the bucket, which probably isn't much. All right, guys, so we did our guesses on the boat. We pulled the anchor, moved the boat, and then we found the mother load of shrimp, and we filled up the 5-gallon bucket in less than 5 minutes. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen. Now it's time to start cleaning them. We're gonna be doing this for a few hours, so you guys now comment down below how many shrimp you think we caught, because it's a lot more than it was before.
92.
Did you change your shrimp count?
I'm going to go back to 2000. This is 93. So we're going to keep track of how many.
So I'm changing my guess. What did I don't even remember what I said before. 600?
Yeah.
So I think I said 600 before. I'm going to change my guess now to 2,600. How about you, Mom?
3,000.
3,000? Oh, wow.
Here's 100 right here. I just cleaned the first 100.
All right, let's put these in a bag.
Yeah.
So this is how we bag them. We do them in bags of 100, just like that. And then we are gonna freeze them all. So our first 100 going in the freezer. All right, so we have been cleaning now for probably a little over an hour, and we're keeping tallies of how many everyone cleans so that we can keep track. So like I said, we're bagging them by the hundreds. So my dad has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My dad has done 800. My mom is at a very proud 200. And I'm about to finish up my 600th shrimp. So I saved some big ones to show you guys how to clean them. Oh, and Vic is behind the camera now. He just got home, so he's gonna help us finish cleaning these. But basically what you do, my hands have like tears in them already. They're
Oh, you can see it on video.
They're getting pretty sore. So honestly, it's starting to hurt now that I'm doing this. But you're gonna take one hand at the head and you're basically just gonna pinch. Like here's the head and then this is the tail where it's separate, and you're just gonna pinch this part and pull it apart, and almost every single time that vein is gonna come with the head. So you don't have to worry about using a special tool or something to devein them. That vein comes right out of the tail when you do it like that. And then there is your clean tail. Pinch, pinch and kind of twist. And here comes the vein. Just like that.
Well, we'll see you about 4 a.m.
No, we're almost done. Check the bucket, Vic.
Oh yeah, you're doing work.
Alright guys, so today we are making shrimp tacos, but I'm going to tell you the grand total amount of shrimp, so drum roll please. 1,885 shrimp is how many we caught. I'm very curious to see what you guys thought fit in that giant 5-gallon bucket full of shrimp. But today we are making lunch with 200 of the shrimp, which you may think sounds like a lot, but these shrimp are actually really, really small. So this is 200 of our shrimp, and I'm cooking lunch for the whole family today. And what I did was I took every single shell off of these shrimp. I thought it was gonna take me a really long time. It only took me 45 minutes, so it wasn't too bad, but they were frozen. I defrosted them, took the shells off. Now we're going to add some buttermilk to these. And today the recipe I'm doing is basically like a copycat recipe if you ever go to a restaurant and you have bang bang shrimp, or sometimes it's called firecracker shrimp. If you've ever been to Bonefish Grill, then you know what I'm talking about, but that's basically what we're doing today. So, put some buttermilk on these. So we're gonna go from the buttermilk into cornstarch. So I'm gonna season up the cornstarch with some salt, some pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Can never go wrong with some Old Bay. And lastly, paprika. It's completely empty. Let's go see if my mom has some more in the pantry. That's actually really funny. I wonder who did that. All right, we didn't have any more paprika, so we're just going with those seasonings that we did. I just added a little more Old Bay. But now let's get to seasoning our shrimp. Well, battering of our shrimp, I guess I could say. So this isn't probably the best way to do this. I should probably be getting off all the extra buttermilk, but that's okay. So we're basically just gonna coat these. And after I do probably like a third, then we'll get to frying. All right, so in the pot we got this blend, which is vegetable oil and peanut oil. Our oil is nice and hot, and now we're going to go in with our shrimp. These are not gonna take very long to cook since they're so small. So we're basically just looking to get like a little brown on them. Okay, so here is our finished tacos. We got a nice bed of shredded lettuce at the bottom, our shrimp, and then the bang bang part of the shrimp is this sauce, which I mixed up myself. It's mayonnaise, sweet Thai chili sauce, and then sriracha, and then finish it off with some scallion. And there we go, we got shrimp tacos. All right, another batch coming out.
I like to tell the internet, how lucky am I? My daughter Brooke took me shrimping. We caught almost 2,000 shrimp, and they're small, but I've been, this is what we catch, and it's so fun to eat what you catch regardless of the size. Some people will be like, oh, are those big shrimp you catch? No, they're small shrimp. But small shrimp, these are crispy and tasty and delicious. I've been eating the shrimp that I catch locally around here since I was 15 years old. Yeah, they're on the small side, but we caught them. We had fun catching them. And my family all lives so close to me. Brook makes a couple of calls. Jed's here for lunch. You know, when she offers to cook you lunch or dinner, you just show up. But we all live so close together. We're together all the time, just fishing, diving, shrimping, scalloping. We just love this stuff. And then the eating is part of the fun as well. I don't know what's better, the eating or the catching, and I love it all. Good job, Brooke.
Thank you.
So I didn't get to go on this shrimping adventure, but Brooke sent me a picture of basically the inlet full of shrimp. Like, I've never seen it before. They said it was one of the best nights of shrimping of their lives. So not only am I looking forward to the video, but I'm a sucker for tacos, sucker for shrimp, all around. Good job.
Thank you.
What lunch is better than shrimp tacos? But it's not even like a normal lunch. When you usually go out, you might get a couple shrimp. I think we all get like 30, 40 shrimps a person. The ingredients are killer. Good job.
Another prime dish down in the books. Like Fisher said, I mean, I can't say I've ever had fried shrimp this good in any restaurant. So it's, I mean, when they're fresh like that, like, you can't beat it. But I just wish we got more lucky with the shrimp runs, because they're amazing. Well done, Brooke. Good job.
Thank you.
They are delicious. Everything about it is delicious. It's fun. It was so fun to catch. It was one of the best nights of my life in a long time. It was so fun. Thank you, Brooke, for taking me and Dad. Awesome. Thanks. Love it.
Thank you.
Shrimping has evolved in this house. I started taking my kids when they were so small. I want to show you a picture of Jed. There's a picture of Jed when he was about, I don't know if he was much more than 4 years old. And somebody called me on their way out snapper fishing and said, they're cast netting shrimp at the inlet. And I went down to the inlet with Jed and a cooler and a lantern and a cast net. We got 2 buckets of shrimp that night, along with a flounder. And I was cast netting, and every cast, I cast netted in the same spot. Every cast, it was a sandy bottom, and I'd bring in about a dozen. And Jed he was so small, he'd help me pick them up and throw them into the cooler. And there were people there with nets that night that got this much in their bucket. The shrimp were not swimming on the surface like normal. You couldn't see hardly any shrimp. Once in a while you'd see one and people would dip net it. They were crawling on the bottom. So that night we would throw our cast net, bring in a dozen at a time, and that was one of my funnest shrimping, nights for a long time. That was a great night. And this one, Brooke is such a sportsman, you can tell. She's seen a picture of somebody posted 1 shrimp on Instagram, and she noticed that the wind was out of the southeast, and she's like, we gotta go. And nobody had told us. She's seen that 1 picture, and when we were at the inlet, it was us and 1 other boat. And of course we shared it. I got on, and started texting a few friends about it, and I'm sure everybody told a few friends. And when we left, there were boats coming down the intercoastal to get their share of shrimp. But what a great time. We used to go, and before we had a boat, we had those kerosene burning Coleman lanterns that made that unique hissing sound when you'd pump them up and they'd burn. We used to lower them about a foot off the water, and that's how we would catch our shrimp. And now, we have a boat. It's a lot easier. We got the shrimp lights coming off the T-top, so all we have to do is jump in the boat with our nets and go. It's much easier now. So shrimping has evolved in this family, but we've been shrimping, since my kids were small, and I was shrimping, when I was 15 years old. So it's a great sport to go out and catch them, cook them, and eat them.
Well, the shrimp tacos were delicious, and that was hands down the best night of shrimping of my life. I am so glad that we ended up going just on a whim, and it ended up being absolutely amazing. So As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.